Guys, it's your boy Pedro here, and today we're going to be doing an NFL playoffs bracket video. I know this is kind of a different video, but I feel like it's right to do because it's the playoffs soon. So don't get mad, guys, if I pick your team to lose. This is just how I feel. It's probably not going to happen. I'm going to have some kind of crazy picks in here. Okay, so let's start with the AFC. So Kansas City versus Tennessee. That I think that's a pretty easy. I don't want to make this video too long, so Kansas City moves on to face. I'm not gonna say who because of the seeding, it'll give away who I pick next. But Kansas City will win because they're playing at home. They have one of the best home crowds. Tennessee is really bad on the road. So yeah, Jacksonville versus Buffalo. Here's the thing. Jacksonville has a top 3 defense, probably a top defense in the NFL. Let's say top 3 defense every week. Every week their defense brings it. But when but their offense does not always bring it. It's sometimes okay and sometimes it is good. They have Leonard Fournette. They have a few decent receivers, but who do they have at quarterback? Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is trash. Sometimes he's alright, but he's basically trash. And if you can't rely on your offense, even if LaShawn McCoy is not playing, I think that Buffalo has a chance. I like underdogs, so I'm going to take Buffalo. So that means in the AFC bracket, it's going to be New England versus Buffalo and Pittsburgh versus Kansas because of the seeding, because New England plays the lower seed. Okay, NFC. So New Orleans versus Carolina. I think if you guys watch that Carolina game, man, Cam Newton was not playing well. Greg Olsen and Cam Newton were fighting, had some drama or something. They were doing bad. They were playing for the division title and they just choked. They played horrible. So I think New Orleans wins that game. Rams and Falcons. I really, really like what the Rams are doing this year. And Falcons have had a late season push. So this is going to be an amazing game. Man, the Rams, I think I'm going to pick the Rams here just because Todd Gurley's MVP candidate. And Atlanta has an okay running game, but I don't think they can stop Todd Gurley. I just don't think they can. But, you never know. This game is a toss-up. Okay, so that means in the NFC, Philadelphia, that means, New Orleans is playing Philadelphia, and Rams are playing Minnesota. So in the AFC, New England versus Kansas City, New England, versus the Bills. I think New England takes care of the Bills pretty easily. There's a chance that the Bills can win, but 10%. But just because they're division rivals, but I'm going to take New England. You guys know why. I'm going to spare your time. Pittsburgh versus Kansas City. Rematch of last year, I'm pretty sure. Kansas City is good, but Pittsburgh's a lot better. Antonio Brown should be ready for this game. Pittsburgh has Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Big Ben, and Juju Smith-Schuster. They can't guard that. And Kareem Hunt has been doing great lately, but you still can't trust Alex Smith all the time. So that means we have Pittsburgh and New England in our AFC Championship game. Okay, so we have Philadelphia playing New Orleans and Minnesota playing the Rams. So it's in Philadelphia, but I'm taking New Orleans just because, Philadelphia doesn't have a quarterback. New Orleans and the Eagles secondary has done horrible lately. So New Orleans has Alvin Kamara and Marvin Ingram. I think the Eagles can handle them, but Ted Ginn Jr. and Michael Thomas are going to burn Eagles secondary. I think surprisingly the Saints will beat the Eagles. And then we have the Rams and the Vikings. So it's in Minnesota. Minnesota's going to be like really wanting to win to go to the Super Bowl. To go to the Super Bowl. No, to go to the AFC Championship game. But I'm taking Minnesota just because they have amazing defense, and Case Keenum's played amazing, and I think they have one of the best receiving corps in the NFL. They have Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. I'm not sure if they both broke 1,000 yards. I know Adam Thielen did, but Stephon Diggs was out a few games. And they have a decent run game. If Dalvin Cook was still healthy, obviously they would have a great running game. So that means NFC Championship, Minnesota versus Saints. So, AFC, man, what a game. New England versus Pittsburgh. This could be anyone's game. I mean, New England's defense has been playing great as of late, but here's why I'm picking New England. Because if you watch that Pittsburgh-New England game, the Steelers could not guard Rob Gronkowski to save their lives. Rob Gronkowski had 60 yards in one possession. And then after that, on the 2-point conversion try, they still single covered him. Like, Rob Gronkowski, I think, had 135 yards in one half. I think because of that, New England will beat the Steelers. And because they're in the home crowd. If the Steelers were at home, I think I would pick the Steelers, but they are not. So then we go to Minnesota versus New Orleans in the NFC Championship. So New Orleans has a decent defense with Marshawn Lattimore leading them. Minnesota has a better defense. Offensively, New Orleans has a bit better offense. They have a best running back duo in the NFL. And they have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew Brees. Minnesota has a great quarterback in Case Keenum this year. But their running game is definitely not as good as New Orleans, but their offensive line is pretty good. I'm picking Minnesota because it's in Minnesota and they're playing to go be the first team in NFL history to play in their home stadium in the Super Bowl. So I'm picking New England versus Minnesota in the Super Bowl. So in the Super Bowl, man, I'm going to decide right here who I think is going to win. I decided everything else before this, but I don't know what to decide. New England versus Vikings. Minnesota has a better defense, but Patriots have an amazing offense. Four running backs that are great. Have Brandon Cooks, Rob Gronkowski, Danny Amendola, Tom Brady. So their offense is, I think, a lot better. But defensively, I don't know. But Minnesota's team doesn't have much playoff experience. They had, I think 2 years ago they went, but Case Keenum, I'm pretty sure he hasn't started a playoff game. If he has, it's not many. It is in their home crowd, though. But, I don't know. I think I'm picking New England just because it's the experience. So there you have it. New England is my Super Bowl champion. I do not hope they win. I hope the Steelers win, but I don't know. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Drop down a like if you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me down below what you guys think.